This is Hannibal from the Hannibal TV.com with a lot of all elite wrestling news for you, with information I've taken from the Wrestling Observer newsletter. John Moxley has an elbow injury. Allegedly, it could have been an infection that he may have picked up in Japan. He did wrestle this past weekend on some independent events around the New York area, but his single matches were changed to tags due to this injury, and apparently he was very careful with the elbow in the matches. The first AEW show on TNT is going to be an introduction pay-per-view hype type show that's going to air August the 30th at 10 p.m. Eastern time to get people pumped up before the pay-per-view, similar to what UFC did on Spike TV for many years. Nick Jackson of the Young Bucks says there is going to be an AEW video game. Jack Evans and Angelico versus the Private Party has been added to the All Out pay-per-view. The first defense of the AEW's women title, which is going to be crowned at the October 2nd first television taping in Washington, is going to take place October 16th, my birthday, in Philadelphia, the crappiest city in the U.S. Bae Priestley is going to be at All Out, but she has not been at the Stardom event that weekend. Britt Baker was officially cleared to wrestle after her concussion at the AEW event in Jacksonville. Jerry Lawler apparently got an offer to do an independent wrestling match with Orange Cassidy, possibly in Chicago over All Out weekend for Game Changer, but he said no way and was shocked that Cassidy was signed by All Elite Wrestling at all. I didn't know who Orange Cassidy was when I first reported they had signed him. He's another small wrestler, so it's no surprise they signed him for that reason, as most of their wrestlers are small-looking, almost high school kid-like wrestlers. But obviously, that's their fan base likes those style of wrestlers. We're going to see how they do in the ratings, but they're certainly selling out. But I did watch a few of Orange Cassidy's matches, and I am really offended by the style he does as someone who always has taken a lot of legitimate pain in my matches and strived for realism. He works a very phony style. His gimmick is doing an extremely fake style of professional wrestling, and I think it turns way more people off of the business after watching the crap he does than it makes want to continue watching it. So I don't know how AEW is pulling off all these sellouts. Obviously they have a fan base, so we'll see how that translates into ratings as they start their TV show. But seeing AEW sign wrestlers like this really personally turns me off of the company as someone who likes the realistic style of wrestling that guys like Davey Boy Smith Jr. do, and the old Stampede Wrestling style of wrestling. This guy never would have made it in those days, but obviously the wrestling business is a totally different thing now, and it's just mind-boggling why people like watching that. It's just become a joke in a lot of ways, the whole wrestling business, and I don't think mainstream people want to turn in to watch a joke every week, but I could be wrong. So good for you if you like that kind of stuff. AEW has announced tapings in Pittsburgh at the Peterson Event Center at the University of Pittsburgh that's going to be set up for about 9,000, and they're also going to do a show that's going to be taped for TNT at the Coliseum in Charleston, West Virginia, October the 30th, which can hold close to 10,000 seats. So we'll see if they continue their sellout string. If I was a betting man, I would say they are going to. For whatever reason, They're on a roll right now with sellouts. It's notable that every show that they've booked since their original show on TNT in Washington is going to be held on a college campus or adjacent to a college campus. As far as All Elite Wrestling's TV show airing in Canada, there's been no announcement made thus far of any TV station picking it up. However, they are reportedly in negotiations to air in Canada.